Hey ladies, it's your girl Doretta, and welcome to another episode of Momfluence. Let's forget about the stereotype the world says about us, like we're struggling, we're baby mamas, or we're alone. Well, not over here. At Momfluencer, we're here to inspire you, educate you, and empower you. Yep, while you're going to school, you're working on that job, or even while you're paying those bills. Understand, you have to keep your head up and keep going while you're juggling through life journeys. Let's go. We got this. Mom Influencer. Hey, it's Doretta. Being a single mom was not the plan, but it became my reality. Yes. And let me tell you, it's been a journey of strength, struggles, and lessons I never expected to learn. Welcome to Momfluence, the space where single moms like me come together to share real stories, real advice, real life wins. I'm Doretta, and this is the first episode of many that I want to share my story. Let me give you a little personal background where I started as a single mom. I was at Savannah State University. Shout out to Savannah State, love it. And I was my first time away from home. Didn't know, having a ball. Yes, I got pregnant. Fall quarter, freshman year. Was like, wow, this was not my plan at all. I was like, are you kidding me? Me pregnant? And what was so funny about the thing was when I went to take the test, my roommate took me and she cried more than I did. And I'm like, I'm the one that's pregnant. Why are you crying? But it showed that she had empathy and she really felt what I was going through. I was like, are you kidding me? I am pregnant. I'm away from home. I'm freshman. This is the fall quarter. Wow. But again, away from home, not my plan. And to do what I needed to do, I figured out how to go to class still, as well as ride the bus, even got a job at U-Haul where I even drove that U-Haul truck to class, as well as to my apartment. I got an apartment with my cousin after I got so far along because you couldn't be pregnant staying in the dorm. But thank God I had friends that will let me sneak in and stay overnight when I had an early morning class. It was really strange when we had those fire drills in the middle of the night and I had to get up wobbling and pregnant to go downstairs away from everything. But again, I'm in school, I'm doing what I needed to do, and I continued. I did not let that stop me. I kept going, I kept doing what I needed to do. I grew up in the home with my mom and my stepfather. My dad lived in another state, and he was very much a part of my life. I He was deceased at the time, but I still did what I needed to do. I kept going. It was different as I navigated through motherhood. When I had my baby, I had friends that now I call family, and one of them is really my cousin now. By me to keep going and doing what I needed to do. She taught me a lot of things, something that I could share with others, like the best thing to do for your child was to breastfeed. And I was like, oh, this is new. But it was really the best for my child because it did cut back on colds and different things and germs and things like that. But again, I kept going. Still in school, my mom was like, you can send your baby home to me and I'll raise her while you go to school. And I was like, no, I made my baby. I am going to raise my baby. I did what I needed to do. I kept going. I got a job at Burger King after I left U-Haul. And I finally got my own apartment so that me and my baby had our own space. Um, I continued to go to school, did what I needed to do, and as she got a little older, I worked at a daycare. I put her in daycare and I worked at the same daycare. I babysit kids at home, so to work at a daycare was something totally different because the kids at home were my cousins and at the daycare. And by working at the daycare, it allowed me to have a discount so my child can go to daycare. And I didn't have to spend all that money because you can imagine what the price of daycare is now, almost like $200 and $300. But back then, it was maybe about $30, $40. But that was cut big time because I worked at the daycare. Then I also worked on campus as a work study student in the dorm with different athletes. And they helped me out with my daughter in the evening. She was probably about one, was walking and doing a little stuff. So I worked two jobs and still went to class. That was big time because I had to grades so that I didn't get kicked out of school. Sorry, didn't get kicked out of school, as well as worked and make sure that I provided for my child. So definitely going to school, working, being a new mom was new for me. And let me tell you, the one thing that really hit me was when I came home from the hospital in my new apartment and realized that somebody had to call me mom. I was terrified and I cried. Postpartum depression is real. I can't tell you that it's not. That was the most scariest thing in the world, that I am the mom and somebody has to call me mom. I was like flabbergasted, blown, and just at awe. I had great support. My cousin, which was my friend but became my cousin, other friends that were around me because she was the first child in our group, a newborn. Then I also had my group from school because I was in the gospel choir. So I had the group from school and friends that just loved on me and helped me out and helped with Dalen. There are different people that I can name, just so many from Wesleyan Gospel Choir at Savannah State that helped me out with my baby. Amazing. And I still talk to a lot of them to this day. Working it out, being this mom for the first time as a single mom. And when I tell you it was a journey, there was struggles. I'm not going to lie, there was struggles, but there was growth and definitely a lot of learning. And I'm definitely comfortable sharing this story with you because, there was unexpected things to happen, unexpected finances, unexpected everything. I even had to face eviction as a single mom, but thank God I was able to get back on my feet and pay my bills and get another apartment that was a lot less expensive than that one. Um, then finally I got a car because I rode that bus with no shame, no problem. Get on bus 14 and ride down Abercorn. Yes, I rode the bus with my baby in her little backpack. We had us a backpack and we would go wherever we needed to go. Doctor's appointments, daycare, wherever we went on that bus. And when I tell you that it was nothing but God and growth, because at this whole time, I'm still in church because I grew up in the church. So I'm still in church, going to church, doing what I need to do. And there I found other people that was very supportive. I love my church and still watch it to this day, Overcoming by Faith. I found so many people that were supportive and helped me out, and she became their baby. She's now 27 and she is an adult. But I also have a 15-year-old who is also my baby as well. So being a single mom, like I said, it's no joke. It is rewarding. It is definitely days that you're like, why me? How did I get to this point? How am I going to pay my bills? How we're going to have food? But God always provided. I can honestly say that without God, I would not be here where I am to this place. There were fears that I didn't know at one time where I was going to sleep because I lost one apartment and I went from one place, stayed at one person's house for one night. Then I went to another place and stayed with one person for another 2 nights. And all of this with my child as a single mom. But, like I say, but God. And you trust God and you keep praying and believe you me, it will work out. And it did. I stayed on my friend's floor for about 3 months in her one bedroom with her and her husband. We slept on the floor in the living room on a mattress. And that was no problem for me because I grew up in a big family. And when you went to your aunt house or your grandma's house and it was all of you all, you slept on that floor on that mattress or made a pallet. You know what I'm talking about. You did what you had to do because you were with your family. So at that time, I had no problem sleeping on her floor for about 3 months till I was able to save. And by the grace of God, she did not charge me anything. Only thing she wanted me to do was be able to save so I can get my own place. Then finally, I got my own place and it was nice. It was a one bedroom, but it was my one bedroom. And I was able to have a little side room that was like the pantry or whatever, and it was huge. I made that into my daughter's bedroom. She was about 2.5, 3, and it was nice. It was decorated in Teletubbies because she loved Teletubbies. And so we did what we had to do. No problem. I went on still, mom, doing what I needed to do, working, going to school, because I'm still in school. It might take me a little longer than most people, but let me tell you, I graduated. That's all that matters. I'm still in school, working, going to school, doing the mom duty, providing. By then, I finally got a car. Praise God. So there was times that it was very hard in this journey, very hard. And I can honestly share with you because I have no problems sharing and being truthful. There was one time when my daughter was 3 that me finally getting an apartment and I had support around me, but also I had a little pride. You know, pride is not of God. and my lights got cut off. And at that time, I didn't know what we were gonna do, and where we were gonna go. Cause I'm like, I finally got an apartment, and now my lights off for a mistake that I made. Like, wow, what am I gonna do? And at that time, I was not thinking, not trusting God like I needed to. Like my faith was a little weary. And I decided that, you know what, I can't deal with this anymore. And I drank a whole bottle of NyQuil. Yeah. And by the grace of God, nobody but God, it was not my time. And nothing happened. I had to go to the hospital. My friends took me to the hospital, and one of my church members, and made sure that I was okay. I had to go to therapy, and it made me stronger. It did. And it taught me nothing is too hard for God. You should have spoke up. Stop letting pride get in your way. You're here as a mom. He called you to be a mom for a reason. So understand, you didn't have to do that, but it happened. And I'm able to share and know that God brought me through that, just like He did for other things. Understand that sometimes it's hard to cope when you're lonely, and that's what it was doing. I was having a hard time coping. Finances was tough because you're a single mom. You don't know what to do and how to do, and you don't speak up. But my thing is to share with others why I decided to do Momfluence. After I just shared my story, and I also moved, take it back, I moved to Macon after graduating from college, not only with one degree, but two. Praise God, two. I was told several times, are you going to ever graduate? I love my grandma dearly, and she used to tell me that. Love her. She's 93, still kicking it. I love her. She always said, Doretta, are you going to graduate? You've been in school forever. I was like, Grandma, it's okay, just as long as I graduate. And I did. It took me a little longer. I'm not going to lie to you. It took me 10 years to do undergrad and grad. But as in grad school, understand, I had to drop from full time to part time. Didn't have any problem. Met some amazing people in the part time social work program. Still friends to this day. Love them dearly. As well as I graduated 2003 and 2006 with my BSW and my MSW. Nobody but God. I did what I had to do as a mom and never let anybody stop me from doing what I needed to do. I was determined. That's what you have to do as a mom. Be determined. Set goals and do what you have to do. I moved after I graduated to Macon, and Macon was my stopping point. And as I know now, it was my way of getting my second baby. I love her as well. Dalen and Dahlia, my two gifts from God. And from there, I moved to Atlanta. Had different journeys, different parts of that happened, but but God in an amazing church at World Changers, family, friends that became family. Amazing. Somebody to watch my child, somebody to do things for us, and never in a million years that I think I would be in Atlanta. Yes, I'm up here in Atlanta, in Marietta, actually, being a mom, doing what I need to do, inspiring other moms is my gift, what I wanted to do. And the reason why I started this podcast, that's a little bit about me, was because I wanted to share with moms that are juggling, going to school, working, feeling alone, feeling like how and why, and am I going to be able to do this? Just know that you're not by yourself. And if I can do it and you heard my story, then you definitely can do it. Understand that At first, you feel like you're failing. You juggling work, your bills, juggling reading bedtime stories, or even putting those kids to bed, and wonder if it's enough. Trust and believe. Trust God. It is more than enough. But I slowly started realizing being a single mom didn't mean I was alone. Not at all. I got a village and understood that there were people out there. They might have not been single moms like me, but they were out there. It meant that I was strong, very much strong, relentless, and capable of doing what I needed to do. I was capable of raising two daughters. And first of all, let me explain something to you. Momfluence is never here to bash the other parents. I have great daughters and great fathers of my daughters. So we are not here at any time to bash anybody. The purpose again is to cover resources and to provide insight, education, and empower other moms that may be going through things and feeling alone. Like I said in the beginning, if you feel like this, then this is the podcast for you. Know that we are here to share and provide wins with each other. You're not alone. You're capable of doing what you need to do. Momfluences was started for you and me. As I watch other moms struggle at doctor's office, I let them know, you got this. You'll get where you need to do, where you need to be. You will win. And I'm here to tell you, if you keep trusting God, if you keep planning and keep making goals for you and your kids, you'll get there. Understand when your child looks back at you and say, my mom did this and she was a momfluence because she did this by herself. She had support, but in the household, it was me and her, or me, her, and my siblings. Understand, you are never alone. You got this. God got you. And here to tell you, if you have any questions, have any comments, like anything that I said, or have any ideas on different shows, reach out to me because I'm here. I'm letting my listeners know that the next episode will be providing insight and inspiring you to go out and reach your goal. We will provide different things and have guest speakers. So get ready, get set, and let's go and do what God called us to do. We're Momfluence and we will win. Trust and believe that you got this just like I did. And know one thing for sure, to all my incredible single moms out there, your strength and determination lights up the world. You are doing an amazing, amazing job. Keep going. Your courage, love shapes the future. Momfluencer. If you like the first episode, make sure you subscribe, like, and follow Momfluence on Instagram as well as YouTube. And the episode will be available on Spotify and other podcasts. Thank you.